Welcome back, folks, to a new episode of Dark Souls with myself, Sean of the Arnolds. And in the last episode, we just beat the first boss, Taurus Demon, and now we are making our way through the Undead Burg towards the Undead Parish. In the last episode, I opened up this shortcut here, and we met the Red Drake, which now guards the bridge connecting the... how do I describe it? The tower where you fight the Taurus Demon. Oh, you can hear him right there. The tower where you fight the Taurus Demon, and to the next area of the game. One thing I want to show you, like I just did just there, is that every time you come up these stairs from that bonfire, the Drake will spew fire and will kill most of the enemies on this bridge. In fact, this time he has done every single one of them, which is great. It's a very easy way of farming souls early in the game. So if you are someone who likes to do a lot of grinding and you want to get a lot of souls very quickly, I guess you could just run back and forth between this bonfire and continuously just have him destroy all of those skeletons at the same time. I'm not going to do that, however. I don't feel like I particularly need to do that for this point in the game. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to show you how to get a secret item called the Drake Sword. A sword which comes from this dragon, which you don't have to kill him in order to get it. The first thing you want to do in order to get this Drake Sword is you want to come underneath here and you want to get rid of these skeletons. And again, I have forgotten how to play. Okay, here we go. I remember now. So I want to kill him. I want to kill this one too. This was a bit slow. Oh, that was no good. Ooh, he got me. Okay, so now that those two I've taken care of, you're going to need a short bow, which I bought earlier in the playthrough. As well as that, in order to use a short bow, or you could use any real ranged attack with that shoots arrows, you need to have at least enough dexterity to hold it, of course, and you need some arrows to shoot. What you want to do is you want to stand about here, and you want to use your arrow to shoot his tail. And you want to do that over and over again until you shoot the tail off. And that is how you get one of the strongest weapons for the early part of the game. Now, doing this is very, very repetitive and can be very, very boring just to watch. So I'm not going to put this whole thing in the video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this part out, and I'm going to show the beginning and the end of this part and keep that in the main video. And if you really want to see me shooting this dragon's tail over and over again, I'll put it in a side video with an annotation at this point. So I will see you in a second when I shoot this tail off. And there it is, the Drake Sword. Let's have a look at this, shall we? So the Drake Sword, let's compare it first. My current weapon, my Astora's straight sword, has 80 physical damage and 80 magical damage, which is okay for this point of the game, but it's not particularly strong. My mace is a bit stronger, which has 91 physical damage and plus 26 because of my strength, so it's pretty good. It's 91 plus 26 is 117, so that's okay. But the Drake Sword has a whopping 200 base damage. It's really, really good for the start of the game, but not great so later on, and that is because it doesn't scale with your strength or dexterity. Most weapons, if you have more strength, they do more damage. If you can look at where it says power and bonus, the mace has a B ranking in strength, and so that's why I have that additional 26 damage on my physical attack. But the Drake Sword doesn't have that. So for the start of the game, I'm going to be using it once I get my strength to 16, but later on, not so much. So, now that I have the Drake Sword, the next thing I'm going to do is get beyond this bridge, because I want to get to that bonfire. The easiest way to do this, I find, is to bring the dragon down by shooting him again, and then run your way through quickly. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to top off my health, and then I'm going to just shoot him in the wing and run as fast as I can. Let's try this. Oops, that was terrible. My bad. And let's go. Made it, and I am now in the Undead Parish. So the first thing I'm definitely going to use is light this bonfire. But keep your eye on the Drake. And if I've been calling him a dragon, I'm sorry. He's not a dragon. He is a Drake. The dragons were the creatures in the beginning of the game, which were destroyed. But this is a Drake, which is more like its cousin, but much weaker. So I'm going to rest at this bonfire now. And you should have noticed... Oh crap, I should have sat down. You should have noticed that the Drake is now gone. He's flown away. But he will come back if you cross this bridge again. So, I want those items. Man, I really wish I didn't... Ah, man. I really wish I didn't sit down at the bonfire. I actually wanted to get those. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. They're not too important. So, let's put on the straight sword. And I will get them later on. I'll tell you what. I'll leave it for now. Now, one thing I want you to notice before I make any progress is this. This is a shortcut through the Undead Parish, and allowing you to bypass the underground passage. Underground passage, not really underground, but the passage which comes through here. I think it could be a sewer, but I don't really know because I never ever go through it anymore. Nothing really worthwhile going to. The second thing I want you to notice is this statue. Something I completely didn't pay attention to in my first playthrough, but it was in someone's video where apparently this statue is kind of important. This is a statue of a woman holding a child, and in that child's hand is a sword. That sword has a particular design, and there's actually a sword which we're going to see later in the game. Now, I'm not going to spoil anything just for you just yet, but keep in mind that this is quite significant. The second thing which is significant is this to the right of us, and it's this altar here. This is the altar of sunlight, and the altar of sunlight has a broken statue. It's hard to tell what was on this broken statue beforehand, but when you come here and you have at least 25 faith, you can actually pray to this altar, and you can join the Warrior of the Sun Covenant. The Warrior of the Sun Covenant is the same covenant which Solaire is in, and grants you to special miracle spells such as Lightning Spear. By doing so, it also puts you in a co-op style covenant where you can help and assist other players on their game. I'm not going to be doing that so much. I think I might try to do it because there is a reward which I want, and I would rather get the reward earlier rather than later. But I have never really done any co-op play and helped anyone out in their game so far in Dark Souls because my PC version of the game isn't exactly the strongest one. Anywho, so I will be coming back here a little bit later on to get that miracle. The next thing which I'm going to do here is I'm going to make my way through Undead Parish, and first of all I'm going to take out a skeleton. Or a hollow, I should say. Is it a hollow? Is it just a skeleton knight? A skeleton warrior? Who knows? Up here... If we go up here just for a moment, up these spiral stairs. Oh, I think he heard me. Yep, he heard me. So up here is a badass looking black knight. Once again, you don't have to fight him, but if you want to and get his reward, you might as well give it a try. Come and get me, dude. Come and get me. You can't hit me from there. Come on. Right, here he comes. He's going to come. Wow, he jumped down. Okay. I'm definitely not going to fight him up there. It's way too small of a space. I'm actually going to pull him down to where the bonfire was. Now, if you remember the last Black Knight, this guy is a little bit different. He's actually wielding a two-handed sword in one hand. I know, what a badass, right? I usually like fighting him around here because for some reason, with the statue in the way, he seems to think we are actually closer than we actually are. Ooh. He is very, very strong though. He can kill you quite quickly. So I'm just going to keep circle strafing around this statue. Wait for him to go for an opening. That move has a second attack, that horizontal swipe, so be careful with it. Really want to look for those thrusts like that one. And try and get close. Come on, dude. Do your move. Do the thing. Ooh, what an overhead. Ooh, gotta be careful. Wow. This actually is also really good for taking a break and having a drink behind it. So let's move in, shall we? Oh, he takes a lot of stamina. Oh, this might be a bad move. Okay, back it up. Ooh, he got me. That's unfortunate. Let's try that again, shall we? I do wonder if it's... Is he aggroed? No, he isn't aggroed. I do wonder if it's better to use the mace against these guys. I don't know if the magic damage is really doing a whole lot to them. Can't really tell. I have to try them both. I don't think that's his weakness, dude. Do you think so? Should I try it? Getting real up and close with him? I could try it. Let's try it. That move is so sick. Wow, he is actually quite slow. Come on, dude. Do your thing. See if I can get behind him. Yes. Come on in. Come closer. Woo! That could have been bad. Maybe it isn't so bad fighting him up here. Come on, dude, come up the stairs. Ow, that sucks. Dropping down. Healing. Back in the game. Good dodge. To myself, I say. Getting those backstabs. And it's done. I wonder what this message says. Praise the sun. Praise the sun indeed. Yeah, I'm not going to jump down there.